Hello, Kate Burr from kateburr.com here, and today I want to talk about one of the bits of advice I see out there a lot. It's one of the tips on how to get a laugh from your audience if you're a presenter or a speaker, which I don't necessarily agree with. I think it can actually damage credibility a lot if you're a speaker, so this is what I want to talk about today in this video. So the humour is self-deprecating humour. That's the tip that people say, just have a bit of a laugh at yourself, have a bit of a joke at your expense, bring yourself down a peg or two so you can relate better to the audience. But what I would like to ask is, at what cost? I think there is a much better way to use humour in a presentation than using self-deprecating humour. The reason I think that is because one of the reasons when you use self-deprecating humour is that you're damaging and slightly eroding your own authority and your own credibility. Because as a speaker or a presenter, you're there on stage as the expert in your field and your topic. If you start diminishing that and having a dig at you, sure, the audience might like you, they might know you, but will they actually trust you? Will they trust you to get the job done? So what you want to do is remain at that level of authority that you're at and use the humour to bring people up to your level and to relate to them at your level, not coming down to their level, because that reduces your authority and your credibility as a speaker. The second reason why I don't think it's a great idea to be using self-deprecating humour was touched on in a wonderful show, a comedy show, a Netflix special last year by a wonderful comedian called Hannah Gadsby. She talked a lot about that in how she used self-deprecating humour to build her whole career. And in there she quotes that it's not humility, it's humiliation. Especially if you suffer from any sort of imposter syndrome, using self-deprecating humour is going to be eroding your own self-confidence as well as trying to get a laugh at any cost. So I think that that's getting into really dangerous territory if you start doing that. And I think that what you tell yourself is as important as what you tell the audience. So if you're suffering from any type of imposter syndrome, self-deprecating humour is not going to help you get anywhere. The third reason why self-deprecating humour is, I don't think, a great idea is because just the alternative is to just be unashamedly be yourself. With the trailblazers in the industry at the moment, people like Brené Brown who are talking about authenticity and vulnerability, that's what people want to see. No longer are we seeing the cookie cutter approach where people are just going, this is how I think it needs to look. We want to see you. And if you're starting to pull yourself down and tear yourself apart with self-deprecating humour, we don't get that experience as an audience member. So we want to see the real you. The really cool thing with humour is that all styles work, right? So if you take famous comedians such as Jerry Seinfeld and Robin Williams, both incredibly successful in their career, and the reason that they work is because they are 100% being themselves. So if you have a look at the differences between the two, obviously one's alive and one is not. That's not the main difference, but like if you think about Jerry Seinfeld, he's quite aloof, he's quite laid back, he's quite a little bit sarcastic, and he's like, yeah, I've got this. Compared to somebody like Robin Williams, where he's jumping all over the stage, he's all crazy, and he's doing accents, and he's doing voiceovers, and he's like up there, and he's down there, and he's over there. If Jerry Seinfeld tried to do a Robin Williams style humour, it's not going to work for him because he's not being himself, he's not being authentic. So being yourself and being authentic is really the key to using humour successfully. The other thing is, rather than using self-deprecating humour, I'd like to use a style called stealth humour. So stealth humour is where you don't think that you're being funny, the audience doesn't think that they're listening to anything funny, but everyone's having a laugh, everyone's having a good time, and everyone feels good. So if you would like to find out a little bit more about stealth humour, I've got an upcoming webinar coming up called Funny on Purpose. You can join it in my free Facebook group, which is Funny on Purpose for speakers, leaders, experts and business owners. There'll be a link in that Facebook group and also on my website, kateburr.com. So thank you very much for listening to this one, and have a think about it. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this one. Are you using self-deprecating humour at the moment, and does it have an impact on your confidence levels when you're speaking to an audience? So leave me a line, drop me a line below in the comments, or send me an email. I'd love to hear your thoughts. That's it from me today. Thank you. Bye-bye.